So while everybody's fixated on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, let's look at the other big defamation trial coming out, the Blac Chyna versus the Kardashians. Check it out. My name is Nathan Laurie. If you are new here, we talk about the law and the facts. If you're about that life, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. All right, so this is the actual lawsuit that Blac Chyna filed against the Kardashians. And, you know, we always read all the documents. There's 58 pages here. I've read through it. And it's an interesting case of defamation. Just to show you how crazy this case has gotten, let's look at the complaint is for. She's charging assault, battery, distribution of private materials, sex tape, domestic violence, harassment, intrusion into private affairs, false light, disclosure of private facts, defamation, libel, interference with contractual relationships, and interference with prospective economic relationships. Is there anything more? No. And just for kickers, she's even alleging that Rob Kardashian is an abuser and has abused her. And when you read down, I'll show you some of the pictures here. She has a picture, a text message here, where she claims that Rob hit me. So here's the text message that she put in her complaint. Rob hit me, please come. Oh, what? Oh my. And then you have the back and forth, right? She's going to get an order of protection. So she's making essentially the same claims against the Kardashians that Amber was making against Johnny. And it seems like people believe that she's using this to try to bolster her career. So that's essentially what this case is about. Now, the news media is saying that this is a defamation case. Well, essentially it is. The crux of this case and this action, the crux of this complaint is that the Kardashians went to E! News, or I say E! News, went to E!, the entertainment channel, and said, hey, either you stop working with Blac Chyna and Rob, or you stop working with us. We're going to separate the two, right? We're not going to continue on if you're continuing on with this show. E! News said, well, Kardashians or Blac Chyna, see you later, Blac Chyna. And the Kardashians prevailed. So she's claiming that the Kardashians, by claiming that she was abusive to Rob, that was defamatory. And that defamatory statement led E! News to cancel their show. And that's why she's looking for all this money. So let's see some of the recent news coverage. So here is NBC News. Let's see what they're saying about the case.
Kardashian family fight is underway in a California courtroom. The former girlfriend of Rob Kardashian, Angela White, who goes by the name Blac Chyna, is suing the family for $100 million. Now, the socialite claims that the Kardashians purposely defamed her. NBC News correspondent Gotti Schwartz is following this case for us. Gotti, what specifically is Blac Chyna alleging happened? I mean, so much of the world sort of saw her relationship with Rob Kardashian unfold, and then it sort of ended as quickly as it began, and now we've got sort of this tale of two cities in LA there. What's happening?
You know, it's interesting because I think whenever you do something like this, the more interesting part of it is that the news media only have like maybe 1 or 2 minutes to tell the story, so they're not going to go over it as detailed as I do when we look at all 58 documents. So let's see how they explain the nature of this lawsuit.
Yeah, and a question of $100 million, which is a whole lot of money. And this entire thing is really based on the claim from Blac Chyna that the Kardashians went to the E! Network and then had them pull the plug on the second season of Rob and Chyna, that reality TV show about Blac Chyna and Rob Kardashian and their relationship. And Morgan, there is a lot of reality TV show kind of drama playing out on the stand. In fact, Kylie Jenner yesterday took the stand. She could take the stand once again after she told the court that her brother Rob Kardashian told her that Chyna held a gun to his head, put a cord around his neck, and hit him with a pole while he was playing video games, a claim that Chyna denies. And her legal team has said that the Kardashians lied about that when they told the E! Network that Chyna assaulted Rob because they were hoping that the network would cancel the show, which they did. Chyna also testified earlier in the trial that her and rapper Tyga had been together until Tyga began cheating on her with Kylie Jenner, and Kylie testified that she thought Chyna dated Rob out of spite for Kylie. So
does this sound familiar? A woman claims that her celebrity husband, right, or celebrity boyfriend beat her. Come to find out, there's this evidence that it was the exact opposite, that she was the one, she wrapped the phone cord around it, she pulled the gun on, like all that craziness. Does this sound familiar? This sounds like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I know.
Again, all of this sounding a whole lot a whole lot like reality TV, but it's playing out in court, Morgan.
I mean, Gotti, so many of us have been sort of watching this. I mean, you can tell I've probably been watching on, following this on,
I've been watching
on the blogs, on Twitter, on
Oh,
Instagram.
I mean, you've been
right,
watching
okay,
I've
I'm
been
telling on
watching,
myself,
yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Okay. But listen, I mean, there's
yeah.
so many stars involved in this because this is LA. I mean, this is home to the stars. We're talking about sort of the first family of LA here. So who else is likely to testify in this trial?
Well, Morgan, the bulk of the Kardashians are expected to testify here because
got
they
all
are
the
specifically
Kardashians,
named in this suit. So Mom Kris Jenner, sisters Khloe and Kim Kardashian are also expected to take the stand.
Yeah, they're all named.
In a case that, as you just said, is pulling a lot of attention because this is the de facto first family of Los Angeles.
So you see what's going on. There's a lot of people that, so this is it's almost identical to Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, except it's Blac Chyna and Rob Kardashian, but instead of just suing Rob, she's suing the whole family. There have been celebrities who've testified during this trial, so let's look at that coverage.
You know, it was pretty exciting, actually. There were 3 big testimonies that we've really been waiting for, including Kim Kardashian and Ryan Seacrest. First, Kim. Now, she was a good friend of Blac Chyna's, well, until her sister Kylie stole her fiance and father of their baby from rapper Tyga. Chyna then went on to date their brother Rob, another fiance and baby's father, until that relationship also blew up the night the couple was celebrating, in Chyna's eyes, a greenlit season 2 of their Kardashian spinoff Rob and Chyna. So with their love turned toxic, Chyna's attorney alluded to Kim helping convince producers to cancel the spinoff and threatening if she also wasn't kicked off Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim would stop filming it. Kim, firm on the stand, says that just proves the network holds the power, and she has the right to remove herself from a work environment she deems unhealthy for both her brother and her family. Chyna is suing Kim, Khloe, Kris, and Kylie for $100 million, claiming they damaged her reputation and her career. Now, Ryan Seacrest.
Now, it's interesting because, you know, this is something that we've been hearing all the time, but the allegations here are pretty vicious, right? It's kind of coming down to this whole same thing. Who abused who, right? And how did everybody else know? So if you're talking about if you're talking about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, you're really talking about people like Elon Musk. You see how the stars have different circles. So you're talking about Elon Musk, you're talking about all these other people on that side. And now on this side, you're talking about Ryan Seacrest and all some. So because, you know, these are Hollywood trials. So it's just, it's fascinating to see how these networks all kind of get smashed together. And when something goes wrong, you know, everybody's going to be brought in. But I think Ryan Seacrest executive produces the show. So let's see what he said on the stand.
Press testimony. It was actually his video deposition from 2019. So he co-created Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Just like everybody who was saying in the Johnny Depp trial. So many deposition testimonies. So here we go.
Kardashians with matriarch Kris, and also served as the executive producer on both that and the Rob and Chyna show. This was his first deposition, and he definitely seemed a bit uncomfortable. Despite not remembering most details crucial to the case, he did acknowledge season 2 was a go, and that was in a congratulatory tweet to the couple, which ended up being hours before the apparent assault. Which brings us to our last witness today.
So that's important, right? So he said, because he was the executive producer of the show, that season 2 was a go. But since season 2 was a go, then we had this domestic violence incident, and then it kind of canceled the show. So, you know, is it because they had the incident, or is it because the Kardashians made a phone call and was like, yo, we're done with this? And that's why you go to court, right?
It was Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner's boyfriend. He went on the stand right before court was dismissed and said that he actually saw the assault, saying that he saw Chyna hit Rob in the back of the head, whip him with a phone cord, and throw a chair at his car. So that was the drama today in court.
This sounds just like the Depp case, right? This sounds exactly like the Depp case, except it's Rob Kardashian instead of Johnny Depp. This is exactly what happened, right? So it's funny how I think now with the Me Too movement, women see this opportunity. There's a financial opportunity here, right? I think this is fascinating because if you think about these two cases, the Depp case and the Kardashian case, they both are, I think, almost identical, right? You have two women who were the abusers in the relationship, right? There's evidence that they were the abusers. You got text messages, you got witnesses saying, no, she abused him. But publicly, the women said, he abused me. And then with the Me Too stuff, believe all women, they were believed. And now that the evidence is coming out, we now see that they were straight lies. And the financial incentive of making these lies, of saying these lies, are huge, right? For Blac Chyna, she's trying to get $100 million. For Amber Heard, she was trying to further her career. So it's interesting because I think these two cases are really hammering at that believe all women narrative that's been put out there for the Me Too movement. But if you think I'm wrong, if you think these cases aren't, let me know in the comment section. Now, just to update you on this case, right now, Blac Chyna has put out all her evidence. And the other side, the Kardashians, have filed a motion for summary judgment, or essentially a motion to dismiss. I'm not sure which one here. But what they're saying is that Chyna, even if you believe everything that she's put forward, she hasn't proven her case, and the case should be dismissed. So I'm not sure. I haven't, we're not in the courtroom, and I haven't been reading the transcript, so I don't know how viable their motion to dismiss is. I can't judge it. But from what I'm seeing and from all the news reports, it seems like it's a possibility that this could be dismissed because, for instance, Blac Chyna, she hadn't filed any tax returns. She was very sketchy with trying to turn over financial documents and things of that nature. So that I'm thinking it may hurt her case to the point where it may be dismissed. But we'll see. We'll see. They got a jury. They got a court. I'm assuming that the Kardashians are going to have to put on their side of the story, but we will see. So let me know how you feel about this case. Let me know if you think that this is like I do. I think this is. It couldn't be more similar to Johnny Depp if if we wrote it to be, right? It's a fascinating piece of how Hollywood is dealing with the Me Too movement, but not in the same way as us, the normal everyday people. They're going to court and trying to say, hey, this has gone too far. These allegations, we believed all women, but we have evidence that these women are lying, and maybe we need a new way of thinking about this. Let me know in the comment section how you feel. My name is Nate the Lawyer. I'll continue to update you on this trial as it moves forward. Peace.